we continue with police report. So police report, ay mag-next. Yun. So police report is a description of facts surrounding a crime or incident written by a police officer, of course. Kaya nga siya police report dahil police ang gumawa, who is deployed to the crime scene. A well-written report can play a big role in solving a case or winning a lawsuit. So it is important to make sure that the police report is detailed, factual, and easy to read. Kasi hindi lang naman mga kapwa police ang gagamit, as we have discussed before, na madaming ibang makikinabang at ibang may kailangan doon sa police report, di ba? May iba't ibang values. Values to the organization, outside the organization, and to the individual officers. So it is a chronological or step-by-step account of an incident that transpired at a given time, date, and place. Take note ha, it is an account of an incident. Ibig sabihin, isang pangyayari lang. Hindi pwede na madaming kaso nasa isang police report. Kaya nga, at a given time, at a given date, and at a given place. Isang pangyayari sa isang police report. It is an account of some subjects specially investigated or an official statement of facts and circumstances as regard to the commission of a crime or violation of special laws. This results from the facts and circumstances that the police investigator has gathered from people of different walks of life and varied sources of information and needs them for immediate or future use. 'Di ba? Pag nagki-claim tayo ng insurance kapag may nagkabanggaan na sasakyan, kailangan ng police report. So, immediate use yun. Dahil kailangan mo nga yun para mapaayos mo na rin yung sasakyan mo kapag nabangga or na-aksidente. And for future use, kung maalala din ninyo, nabanggit natin na ang mga police officers ay bumubuo ng case folder bago nila ibigay sa prosecutor. So, that's for future use. Diba? In any event, police reporting has become one of the most important and significant processes in the contemporary police administration and operations. Kaya walang police na hindi rin gumagawa ng police report. Dapat, as future law enforcers, marunong kayo gumawa ng police report. At hindi lang basta marunong, kailangan mahusay kayo. The first rule in police reporting is sticking to basics and keeping it simple. In commencing a police report, just sit down and start writing what happened in chronological order. Pag sinabing chronological, kailangan sunod-sunod. Simulan mong magsulat doon sa pinakaunang nangyari hanggang doon sa pinakahuli. The first line is almost always the same. But most importantly, the reader must totally understand what is going on at this point in time. So baga, kahit nasa first line pa lang yung reader, ay medyo naiintindihan na niya o nagkakaroon na siya ng background sa nangyari. Okay, narrative of police report. Narration is effective in police report because it concerns events, action, and with life in action. An action takes place in time. There is a chronological movement from the beginning to the end. This means that report begins when something happens. Kapag may nangyari, doon magsisimula yung report. It ends when something is finished happening. Okay? So, narration, nag-narrate ka lang, nagkikwento ka lang. As in, sa ganitong oras, sa ganitong petsa, may nagkabanggaan na sasakyan. Tapos tuloy-tuloy na nun. Ang driver ng isang sasakyan ay si ganito na nakatira sa ganito, pangalan niya ganito, etc. So what is the basic format in a police narrative report? Begin with a one-sentence synopsis. Provide a summary of the crime. Explain what happened in chronological order. Witnesses may be identified and important details from their interviews may be included. Use correct spelling, punctuation, and grammar. Kaya nga, di ba, yung pinakaunang part ng mga lesson natin ay tungkol dyan, punctuation, grammar, spelling. Consider the audience. Sino ba yung mga readers mo? Sino yung gagamit ng report na yon? So there are several concerns to be addressed in the narrative of police reporting. First is the investigation. The purpose of an investigation is to determine the facts of an event of interest to law enforcement. In other words, what happened? Nangyari. The report must answer the 5 W's and 1 H to the greatest extent possible. Next concern is the action taken. Anong ginawa? The remainder of the police report should describe the efforts of the investigator to solve the case or take appropriate law enforcement action. Kaya hindi talaga pwede ang pulis na tamad kasi kasama yun sa report. Anong ginawa mo? Nung malaman mong may krimen, anong ginawa mo? Isasama mo yon. It is essential for future reference that the record reflect what actions were taken, who was interviewed, what was learned, what evidence was collected, and by whom, where it was stored, and what, if any, conclusions were drawn. If anyone was arrested or charged, the report must indicate their identity, the nature of the charges, the arresting officer, and the custody of the suspect. Ilalatag mo yan lahat doon sa police report mo. And then, the status of the case is another concern. The status of the case is determined by the investigator and approved by the immediate supervisor according to the criteria stated in a spot report. Any changes in case status will be reported in the progress report. So, balikan natin. Yung una, yung investigation. Ano yung nangyari? That's one concern. Another is the action taken. Anong ginawa mo nung malaman mo na may nangyari? At kamusta na ngayon yung kaso? Ito. Ano naman ang dapat na tono kung papaano pakinggan yung police report? Objective tone should be used. You cannot sound subjective. Pag sinabing subjective, yung personal yon. Kunyari, sa tingin ko, sobrang ganda ko. Although totoo naman, di ba? Pero, sabi nga ng iba, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So, subjective yung statement na yon. Sobrang ganda ni Ma'am Leslie kahit totoo. But still, it's subjective. So, the use of I, we, me, or my makes writing subjective and opinionated. Baka ang sunod pang tanong sa'yo, baka tingin mo lang yan, hindi naman yan ang totoo. Kaya nga, ang sabi dyan, objective tone should be used. You cannot use these words. Administrative decisions cannot effectively be based on subjective opinions. Police reports must be objective. The officer must record only what the officer sees, hears, touches, or smells, not what he thinks. You cannot give your opinion. The officer must be open-minded in searching for the truth. Hindi ka pwedeng pumunta sa isang crime scene or hindi ka pwedeng magsulat ng isang police report na prejudiced ka na, kumbaga, meron ka ng desisyon sa utak mo tapos ganun na yung tono ng police report mo. Hindi pwede. Kailangan factual information lang ang laman ng police report mo. Okay. Next is the classifications of police report. First is informal report. It is usually a letter or memorandum or any one of the many prescribed or used in day-to-day police operations. It customarily carries 3 items besides the text proper to it. Ito yung mga laman dapat. Date submitted, subject, and person or persons to whom submitted. It may, however, contain many items of administrative importance along with the subject matter of the text. Actually, most police reports may be placed in this category. Informal report siya. And then, a formal report suggests the full dress treatment, including cover, title page, letter of transmittal, summary sheet, text, appendices, and perhaps an index and bibliography. For example, gumawa ka ng spot report. Pag sinabi nating spot report, this is a report immediately written after an incident. Kaya nga parang on the spot, kaya spot report. So yon, it's considered an informal report. Hindi ibig sabihin na mababang uri ng report ang informal report ha. Dahil hindi yun yung ibig niyang sabihin. Ang kaibahan lang talaga ng informal at formal ay yung laman niya. Kasi sa formal report, ayan, may cover page ka, may title page ka, may letter of transmittal yan, may appendices, may bibliography ka pa. Kumbaga, masabi natin na i-relate natin sa school. Kung nagpa-assignment ako sa inyo at pinasa nyo na yung assignment sa akin, informal report yon. Kasi pinasa nyo lang kabod yung assignment. Pero kapag nagpagawa ako ng thesis, kompleto yun, di ba? May cover page, may table of contents, may references, andun pa yung curriculum vitae ninyo. So, pwede natin consider na formal report yon kasi nga, kumpleto siya. Okay. Kapag nagbigay ng mga memorandum doon sa PNP, then it is also considered an informal report kasi kabud lang din siyang memorandum. Okay. Police report as to purpose. Ano ang categories ng police report? As to purpose nga. First is performance report. Obvious naman kung ano yan. Contains information as to the status of an activity or operation. Ano yung ginawa? Ano yung pinerform ninyo doon sa activity? Okay. And then, we also have fact-finding report. Siyempre, naghanap ka ng mga facts dyan, di ba? Involves the gathering and presentation of data in logical order without attempt to draw conclusions. As in, literal na inalam mo lang kung ano yung mga facts of the case. Walang conclusion doon. And then technical report presents data on a specialized subject within the police organization. For example, technical report as to the use of AFIS. Alam niyo naman yun? Automated Fingerprint Identification System. Kunyari, gumawa ng report tungkol doon, then that's a technical report. Kasi it contains data on a specialized subject. Then we also have problem determining report. This attempts to find out the causes underlying a problem or to find whether or not a problem really exists. So from the title itself, dinedetermine lang kung ano yung problema. Bakit nagkaroon ng problema? O kung may problema ba talaga? Yun yung laman ng isang problem determining report. And then we also have problem solution report. This analyzes the thought process that lies behind the solution of a particular problem. It may include all of the elements found in the other types of reports, including presentation of data collected, discussion of possible solutions to the problem, and an identification of the best solution. Kaya nga siya problem solution dahil andun na lahat ng data. At syempre, andun din yung problema. And then, maglalagay ka na rin doon ng mga maaaring gawin para maayos yung problema na yun. Yun nga, yung solution mo. Kasama na rin siya sa report. As opposed to problem determining report, walang ganon. Hindi ka magbibigay ng recommendation mo kung anong pwedeng gawin. Basta inalam mo lang yung facts of the case. Inalam mo lang kung bakit may problema. Okay, categories of police report. First is operational report. This includes those relating to the reporting of police incidents, investigations, arrests, identification of persons, and mass miscellaneous reports necessary to the conduct of routine operations such as patrol, traffic, and investigation. And then we also have internal report. This relates to the reporting necessary to the management of the police organization, kung ano-ano yung mga dapat gawin ng mga police. Kasi internal siya, internal within the PNP. And which thus includes financial reports, personnel reports, purchase reports, equipment reports, property maintenance reports, and general correspondence. As compared to operational reports, ito yung mga pwedeng gamitin ng iba. Literal na operation, kung ano ba yung trabaho ng police. Di ba? Nagko-conduct sila ng investigation, nag-aaresto sila, nagpapatrol. Lahat ng mga report tungkol dyan ay operational report. As in, literal, kung ano yung mga police operations na mga report, yan yun. And then technical report. This presents data on any specialized subjects, but usually related to completed staff work and adds to the specific knowledge necessary to proper functioning of police management, specifically in directing and controlling human and material resources. And then we have SOI, Summary of Information. This furnishes information or intelligence necessary to the solution of crime, accident, and administrative problems. In addition, police reports in this category are in recognition of the importance of public attitude toward police operations and serve the useful purpose of keeping local executives and the general public informed as to the problems, progress, and needs of the police organization. So balikan natin. Sabi niya, this furnishes information or intelligence necessary to the solution of crime, accident, and administrative problems. Kaya nga siya summary of information dahil pinaikling version na siya. Kumbaga, it's straight to the point. At ito rin ay maaaring ipinakikita sa publiko para magamit din nila at ma-inform din ang public. Okay, yan yung SOI. Next are types of police report. So ito yung nabanggit ko kanina. Number 1 is spot report. It is what is done after an important incident took place in a certain area at a given date and time. Yun yung sinasabi natin na kapag may nangyaring incident, aksidente, krimen, ang gagawin mo ay spot report. Yun yung pinakaunang report na gagawin mo kasi nga on the spot. Verbal or written, it must be acted, done or acted upon within 24 hours. Hindi ito pwede yung ginagawa ninyo na patagalin pa ninyo ang assignment dahil within 24 hours, dapat tapos mo na to. Kasi hindi na siya spot report kung matagal pa siyang gagawin. Hindi na siya on the spot, di ba? The idea is to inform an immediate chief, a practice which is a standing procedure considering the fact that whatever happens in the area is a command responsibility or that one from a higher police office must be informed regarding the details relative to a particular occurrence. May nangyaring incident habang nagpapatrol ka. Okay lang mo pa-inform yung boss mo kung ikaw ay patrol officer at yun ang ginagawa mo, nagpapatrol ka, ang direct supervisor mo ay yung station commander mo, di ba? So dapat may maipakita ka na sa kanyang spot report or masabi mo na ito kaagad sa kanya. Kasi nga ang sabi diyan, whatever happens in the area is a command responsibility. Ano man ang mangyari doon, kahit involved man directly ang station commander mo o hindi, kahit naka-leave siya, command responsibility niya pa rin yun. Kaya dapat always informed si boss nyo. This may use radiographic message form. Pwede yung i-radyo, tapos yun nga, radio message. Especially if the reporting unit is far from the addressee or receiving higher police office concerned. When using a radiographic message form, the following must be indicated and or effaced on the spot reports: the office origin, the addressee, site numbers, and president's action, the president's info, date, time, group, the text answering the 5 Ws and 1 H, which are all written in capital letters, and others. So, radiographic message form, ano rin yan ha? Papel din yan. Baka iniisip nyo porket radio ay walang papel na involved. Meron. Next is special report. So a special report is done either because one feels he has some reporting to do, or a lower police unit and or office is obligated based on the directive or an instruction from the higher police office. In other words, a higher echelon requires a subordinate one to report on a particular incident, uh, project program or activities, an estimate of a situation, or any similar activity. Special report, hindi talaga ito usual na ginagawa. Kaya nga siya special, di ba? Paminsan-minsan lang. Kapag sa tingin lang ng isang pulis, kailangan i-report ang isang bagay o kailangan gawan ng report ang isang bagay, then, tsaka mo lang siya gagawin. Kaya ang tawag sa kanya, special report. Kumbaga, pag may okasyon lang. Depende nga sa pangyayari. Formalizing a special report from a lower police office to a higher police office has been done by men in uniform. As compared to spot report, ang spot report, matik yan tuwing may incident. Pag special report, special nga siya eh, pag may okasyon lang. Depende pa sa tingin ng police na magre-report. It follows a memorandum form of police correspondence wherein security classification, heading, reference file, file origin, sender, addressee, the subject or title of the report, date of the preparation of the report, body of the report, and signature of the head of office must be included. So ano ang content ng isang special report? Siyempre, papakita mo doon yung problem. What is the report all about? Why is this written in the first place? This problem portion is reflected in the first paragraph, sometimes continued to the next. Then we have rationale. This refers to the specifications related to the problem. More often than not, these details are shown in the subordinating paragraphs after the problem is defined. Then, action. The last paragraph usually has this. What action must the receiver or the reader does? Kung ano nga yung dapat mangyari o dapat maging action doon sa incident. And then, progress report. O syempre, hindi yan yung unang report dahil may progress na nga. Ibig sabihin, meron ng base. Tapos nagpa-follow up na lang, progress nga eh. A progress report has a follow-up effect. Is this a follow-up of an initial report previously sent? Or is this a follow-up of an investigation made or submitted ahead? Or is this a follow-up of a project or a program? A progress report can simply be an accomplishment report, which may be analytical in approach and comparatively longer. So ano ang format niya? This may be in a memorandum form or in a radiographic message form. Having this highlights, ito yung mga nilalaman. Why it is being made, the purpose and scope of the incident, the sources of information. If it is written in a memorandum form, it must contain the following: the authority, details, and recommendations. Or if written in radiographic message form, the format of the spot report shall be adopted. And then we have investigation report. In a criminal investigation unit, the arrangement of the material presented in an investigation report follows a certain pattern. The idea is for the report to be read easily. The form is similar to the memorandum form of police correspondence, except that the text or body of the report is guided in the following parts. That is, authority matters investigated, facts of the case discussion, conclusions, and recommendations. We also have beat inspection report or after patrol report. Na-take up nyo na to? Familiar na kayo sa term na beat, no? This is a certain area kung saan nagpapatrol ang isang police officer. So the beat inspection report is one of the widely practiced written communications. It is routinely, as it is submitted daily by the duty beat supervisor. This differs from after patrol report in terms of movement. Those on beat inspection do their routine check on foot, and those on patrol check their assigned sectors by using official police vehicles. So kung nagpatrol ka sa beat ninyo, naglakad ka lang kasi malapit lang yon sa istasyon at yung beat strip lang yon. Pero kung ang gagawin mo ay after patrol report, ibig sabihin yung ginawa mong pagpapatrol, nakasakay ka sa sasakyan, sa mobile, nag-ikot kayo. As to form, the beat inspection report and after patrol report use a memorandum format. Beat inspection report and after patrol report are submitted daily by the beat patrol supervisors. Each one presumed to observe an 8-hour tour of duty with his members. Yun yung usual. Pero take note, depende sa tunay na buhay ha, dito sa Pilipinas. Depende sa lugar kung magiging 8-hour shift kayo or 12-hour shift. Sa Maynila, ang pagkakaalam ko, 8 hours lang sila doon. Tapos dito sa probinsya, ang pagkakaalam ko, 12 hours. Ewan ko lang kung nabago na ngayon. Pero yun yung usual, yun yung dati. And then, meron din tayong tinatawag na SITREP or Situation Report. This is similar to Patrol Report. Both are submitted every 8 hours. SITREP is done on a need basis only. And then we have formal report. Nabanggit na rin to kanina. It is a presentation of facts or ideas. Sometimes this written work is lengthy dahil nga kompleto siya. A long formal report usually contains the following basic parts: introduction, summary, body, conclusions, and recommendations. Sometimes the subject matter of the report may not require a conclusion because the report may just be a fact-finding one. Therefore, a personal observation is not necessary. Hindi ka rin pwede magbigay ng personal mo na opinion. If conclusions and recommendations are not asked for, the police officer must use his best judgment. All in all, a complete formal report must consist of the following parts: cover, title page, transmittal letter and table of contents, introduction or preface, summary, body of the report, conclusions, recommendations, and annexes. Okay.